Every morning, sometime between 5 and 11 a.m., we our Central Indiana Scoreboard show. Oh, man, I'm stupid. It's our flagship podcast and similar to ESPN Radio Sports Center, but focuses on the Pacers, Fever, Colts, IndyCar, IU, Purdue, Ball State, and, of course, the best high school sports coverage in Central Indiana. Please join us for your daily audio sports section. You are listening to the Central Indiana Sports Reports Softball Sectional Scoreboard Show, podcast number 281.2, results from across the state, and details and highlights from sectionals at Anderson Prep, Carmel, Clinton Prairie, Kokomo, Lapel, Logansport, Madison-Grant, Newcastle, New Haven, Oak Hill, Pendleton, Wes-Del, Winchester, and Yorktown.
You're listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report with your host, Greg Mengels.
Welcome, baseball fans, to the Central Indiana Sports Report and our baseball sectional scoreboard show. Today is Friday, May 30th, 2025. I'm your host, Greg Mengelt, podcasting from headquarters in Jeffersonville, Indiana. Producer Susie is in the control room. Coming up, we have every score from across the state Thursday, plus details and highlights from sectionals at Anderson Prep, Carmel, Central Catholic, Clinton Prairie, Kokomo, Lapel, Logansport, Madison-Grant, Newcastle, Oak Hill, Pendleton, Wes-Del, Winchester, and Yorktown. But before we get to that, I'm going to ask you to please go to our YouTube page and subscribe. Just search Central Indiana Sports Report. It's easy to find. Please do it so you don't miss a single segment. We could really use your help spreading the word about the Central Indiana Sports Report. And if you're willing to help, we are willing to accept. Please share us with your friends and family. Also, we will continue to have baseball, softball, tennis, golf, and track and field scoreboards as they happen each night. That includes a baseball scoreboard on Saturday. And, of course, one on Sunday and another one on Tuesday before we move to our regional previews and regional highlights. And, of course, we do this for every single sport in every single postseason. Also, we will continue coverage of the Pacers, Fever, Colts, IU, Purdue, IndyCar, Taylor, Indiana Wesleyan, IUK, and Anderson throughout the year. We start in Class 4A, and we start with Sectional 1, and we'll work our way to Class A, Sectional 64. Of course, a lot of sectionals were not in action on Thursday night. Sectional 1 at Lake Central in the only quarterfinal, it was a doozy. Hammond-Morton 19, Hammond Central 18. Sectional 5 at Fort Wayne Carroll, the semifinals, it was Snyder 6, Carroll 3, and Northrop 39, North 1. So it'll be Snyder and Northrop for the championship at 11 a.m. Saturday. Man, when I was in school, North was good. Sectional 6 at Homestead, number 6, Homestead beat Huntington North 7-3 to earn a date with Fort Wayne South in Saturday's championship. Ryan Michaeloff threw a complete game 6-hitter, gave up just 2 earned runs and struck out 10 for the Spartans. Marcus Linker was 3 for 4 with a double and a run for 16 and 10 Huntington North. And we jump all the way to Sectional 13, not a ton of games in Class 4A on Thursday, where Terre Haute North beat Martinsville 15-0 and Bloomington North beat Terre Haute South 7-2, setting up a Terre Haute North versus Bloomington North sectional championship Monday at 6. In Class 3A at Kankakee Valley in the quarterfinals, Kankakee Valley beat Lowell 6-2, and number 5 Hanover Central beat number 10 Illiana Christian 9-1. Sectional 19 at Plymouth in the quarterfinals, Plymouth beat South Bend Washington 10-0, and New Prairie beat Mishawaka Marion 11-4. Sectional 21 at Garrett, there were 2 quarterfinal games, and it was Dwenger 11, DeKalb 1, and Angola 3, Concordia 0. Sectional 22 at New Haven used to be a sectional that we were covering, but we lost both of our local teams in one night. In Thursday's semifinals, it was Belmont 4, Heritage 0, and Norwell 2, New Haven 1. So it's Norwell and Belmont in Monday's championship game. Sectional 23 at Logansport in two quarterfinal games on Thursday. It was number 8 Western 4-0 over West Lafayette. 24-4 Western scored twice in the first and another run in the third and led throughout. And then it was Northwestern 4, Mechaniqua 3. Landon Begley through 5 innings gave up just 4 hits, 2 earned runs, struck out 9 and walked just 1. Tegan Helmley was 2 for 4 with 2 runs and RBI, and Nate Coral had 2 RBIs for the Tigers. So Saturday's semifinals are 14-10 Peru against 16-13 Logansport at 5, and 24-4 Western against 20-7 Northwestern at 7 o'clock. The Panthers beat the Tigers 3-1, but that was about 5 weeks ago, and in high school baseball, that's an eternity. Doesn't mean very much. The championship game is Monday at 5. Sectional 24 is at Yorktown, and there were 2 semifinals on Thursday. Two-time defending champion Delta beat Jay County 10-0. Cabe Stebbins improved to 6-1 with his complete game 4-hit shutout. He struck out 7 and didn't walk any. His ERA this year is 1.98. Chase Ritchie was 3 for 4 with a double and 2 RBIs in the Golden Eagles' 20th win of the year. And Hamilton Heights beat Yorktown 4-3. Yorktown broke a 2-2 tie with a run in the top of the 7th. Then Heights scored twice in the bottom of the 7th to win it. Josh Newton had a 2-run homer, and Nick Hewlin and PJ Wright each had an RBI in the win. Hewlin threw a complete game 6-hitter. He gave up 3 earned runs, struck out 9, and walked just 3. So Monday's championship game at noon will be Delta against Hamilton Heights. In the quarterfinals of the Brebeuf Sectional 25, host Brebeuf beat Danville 5-3, and Garin Catholic beat Lebanon 13-0. For 15-12, Garin Grant Beard had a double and 3 RBIs, and Nate Troxel had a double, scored twice, and drove 2 in. The semifinals and finals in that one are on Saturday. Sectional 30 at Madison, Corydon beat Charlestown in a bit of an upset 3-2, and Scottsburg beat Madison 4-1. So it'll be Corydon and Scottsburg for the championship at 6 o'clock at Madison. 6 o'clock Monday. Sectional 32 at Bosse, it was Evansville Memorial 4, Heritage Hills 3, and Evansville Central blanked Bosse 11-0. So the sectional championship Monday at 5 will be Evansville Memorial against Evansville Central. And neither of those teams are ranked, but I would be willing to bet that whoever comes out of Evansville will be a factor down the line in the tournament. Class 2A Sectional 33 at Whiting, a couple of quarterfinals. It was Wheeler 12, Whiting nothing, and number 6 Boone Grove 21-0 over Gary 21st Century. Keegan Watts and Brett Huffman combined on a no-hitter, and Delphi beat North Montgomery 4-0 in the first round at the Lafayette Central Catholic Sectional in Class 2A. Watts went 6 innings and struck out 3 and walked 3. Brett Huffman threw 1 hitless inning to pick up the save. He had 2 strikeouts and also scored twice on offense. Levi Coghill drove in 2 runs for the Oracles, who improved to 17-11. North Montgomery's season ends at 18-9. And in the second quarter final, Seeger beat Western Boone 4-1. Saturday's semifinals at Lafayette Central Catholic, it'll be 6th ranked Central Catholic against Benton Central. Central Catholic is 23-5. The Bison are 6-20. That game is at 1 o'clock. Followed by 17-11 Delphi against 15-10 Seeger. The championship game is Monday at 6. The sectional semifinals were held Thursday night at Lapel, and Tipton beat Sheridan 15-10 to move into the sectional championship game. The Blue Devils scored 8 times in the first inning. Nick Nasser had his second big sectional game in a row. He went 2 for 4 with a double and 6 RBIs for the Blue Devils. Caleb Hare was 3 for 4 with a double, a stolen base, 2 runs, and an RBI. Kellen Hussong had 2 singles and a walk and was hit by 2 pitches. He also stole a base and scored 3 times. And Ty Middleton went 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs and 3 runs. Aiden Gibbs had a double and 2 RBIs coming off his strong pitching performance in the opener. In Game 2, Lapel beat Elwood 21-0. Senior Kai Newman and sophomore Gavin Rushton combined on a no-hitter. The championship game is Monday at 5:30, and it'll feature 9 and 15 Tipton against 26 and 5 and first-ranked Lapel. In Sectional 41, there were 2 semifinals at South Vermilion. Park Heritage beat Southmont 4-0, and number 9 Greencastle got past South Vermilion 6-4. That championship game is Monday at 6. It was a big night at the sectional at Winchester. Centerville pulled off a bit of an upset with a 9-8 win over Northeastern. Grady Blake was 3 for 4, hit his first home run of the year. That's a good time to do it, with 2 RBIs, and Landon Schlotterbeck was 2 for 4 with a double, 3 RBIs, and scored a run. Huge win for Shenandoah in the second game, getting past number 13 Winchester 6-3. Shenandoah is now 19 and 4. Winchester falls to 18 and 6. Drew Fredenberg had a double, scored twice, and drove in 2 runs for the Raiders. The semifinals on Saturday will be 4 and 13 Centerville against 19 and 5 Winchester at 5:30. Then 19 and 4 Shenandoah against 7 and 18 Union County at 8. The championship game is Monday at 6. Sectional 45 at Switzerland County, the semifinals. Austin beat Brownstown 4-3, and Switzerland County got past South Ripley 1-0. It'll be Austin and Switzerland County in the championship game Monday at 5:30. Sectional 46 at Mitchell, number 12 Providence beat Eastern 10-0, and Salem beat Crawford County 13-1 in 2 quarterfinal games. Also, a couple of quarterfinal games. Sectional 47 at Sullivan was Linton Stockton 7-5 over South Knox, and 4th-ranked Bar Reeve 3-0 over West Vigo. 2 quarterfinals at Tell City was number 3 Mater Dei 8-4 over Perry Central, and Tell City 1-0 over South Spencer. And in Class A, we start with Sectional 50 at Caston, and Caston beat West Central 10-0. South Newton got past North White 15-3 in a couple of quarterfinal games. There was just 1 quarterfinal game at South Central in Sectional 51, and it was Elkhart Christian 3, Argos 2. Sectional 54 at Clinton Prairie in a couple of first-round games. It was number 2 Rossville 10-0 over Frontier in 5 innings. And number 4 Clinton Prairie 4-0 over Bethesda Christian. For Rossville, Eli Barnes threw 4 2/3 innings, gave up 3 hits and no runs, and struck out 7. And Zach Wainscott had a couple of doubles and 4 RBIs for the Hornets. For Clinton Prairie, Caden Robinson and Jackson Price combined on a 2-hit shutout, and Kai Jacobs scored a pair of runs. The semifinals start Friday at 5 o'clock. It'll be number 2 Rossville against number 4 Clinton Prairie, followed by 10 and 12 Clinton Central against 6 and 18 Carroll. So you might see how that Rossville Clinton Prairie might be a really big one. The championship game is Monday at 6. The first round continued Thursday at the Wes-Del sectional. After Southern Wells and Cowan won games on Wednesday, on Thursday, Daleville beat number 5 North Miami 6-4, and Northfield got past Southwood 6-1. Daleville led 6-0 after 5.5 innings, and Joshua Wilson improved to 4-2. He threw a complete game 3-hit shutout. Aiden Ramirez got the save, his 3rd of the year, with a perfect 1-2-3 7th inning. Northfield's win over Southwood, Maddox Daniels threw 5 innings and gave up 4 hits and no runs. He struck out 10 and on offense helped himself out a lot with a 3-for-4, 2 RBI performance. He drove in 2 runs and scored a run. Jaden Bear had a run and drove in 1. Ivan Rank had a double for 0-19 Southwood. It'll be Southern Wells and Cowan at 10, Daleville and Northfield at 1 on Saturday at Wes-Del, with the championship Monday at 5:30. Sectional 57 at Anderson Prep resumes Friday with 2 and 8 Liberty Christian against 1 and 8 Tinley at 5:30. Then it's 2 and 15 Anderson Prep, which advanced with a 13-1 win over Purdue Poly in the only quarterfinal game. against 3-5-1 Indiana Def at 7:30. The championship game is Monday at 2. These final three sectionals were all quarterfinal games. Sectional 59 at Morristown, it was Tri 10-5 over South Decatur, and North Decatur 8-0 over Southwood. Sectional 61 at White River Valley, it was Clay City 3, Bloomfield 2, and North Central beat White River Valley 10-0. And in sectional 63 at Lanesville, the host Eagles beat Rock Creek 18-1, and Borden beat Henryville 16-0. Thank you so much for listening. Please do us a huge favor and share this podcast with the high school baseball fans in your life, and really with anyone who wants to hear it. We could really use the help spreading the word about the Central Indiana Sports Report, and we appreciate it. Thanks. The Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media. And I love Susie.